Thank you, Minister, and good morning. 20 new cases overnight, and Kate will go through the details of those cases and how they fit into the outbreak, but I'm pleased to say all those cases are linked to people in hospital, unfortunately nobody in ICU, and of course we send our best wishes to those Victorians who continue to recover from coronavirus. There are 111 active cases of coronavirus in Victoria at the moment, both across the current outbreak, so 76 of those are associated with the current outbreak, and the remainder are a combination of the old cases coming off the previous outbreak and, of course, some hotel quarantine cases. Just over 12,000 primary close contacts spread across a number of our exposure sites, a significant number of those associated with 9 schools that we have that are currently associated with aspects of this outbreak. The area of most concern to us today is Caroline Springs and continues to be Caroline Springs. We discussed it a little bit yesterday. We've seen now 25 cases associated with the Caroline Springs Square shopping centre across a number of different units, number of different retail units and people. Some of those are household contacts. We have listed yesterday, as we confirmed, the entirety of the Caroline Springs Square shopping centre as a Tier 2 site between the 27th of July and the 5th of August. And I would again urge everybody who's been to that shopping centre over that period, please come forward and get tested immediately if you have not already done so. There are a number of, on our website, there's a number of particular retail units and businesses in the area that we have highlighted. I'll name some of them today, but I'd urge everybody, please, if you've been in the Caroline Springs area, excuse me, then please do check our website for details of those units. They include YPA Real Estate, BWS, Aldi, Caroline Springs Pharmacy, and the Spectacle Hub. As I say, there's a number of other locations, but please, I would urge anybody who's been to those venues or the other Tier 1 sites, please come and get tested as soon as possible. Continue your isolation. If you've been to other parts of that shopping centre, please come forward to get tested and wait for your results. As part of the 34,892 test results yesterday, there were 400 tests done at the pop-up testing site that we put into Caroline Springs yesterday. There are now 2 additional testing locations available at Caroline Springs today. One is the City Vista Sports Precinct, and that's a drive-through. There is also a walk-up facility available at the Caroline Springs Leisure Centre. Again, I would really urge, I need those numbers to increase. We need to see more people in the Caroline Springs area coming forward for testing. It's a busy, important shopping centre. And can I also just add my thanks for all those retailers and businesses in the shopping centre. I know it's incredibly distressing to be part of an exposure site. This is of no fault to any of the businesses concerned, let alone the individuals concerned. But as we know, the virus doesn't stop for anybody and doesn't stop for any business. It's our job now to ensure we follow all those chains of transmission and run it to ground in that particular locality. In addition to the 2 testing sites we've identified, there are, of course, good testing opportunities for drive-through at the Melbourne Showgrounds, at Victoria University at St Albans, and at the IPC Health at West Sunshine. In addition, there's, of course, the big walk-up site at Sunshine Hospital. The other areas of the outbreak really relate to some examples of transmission at school sites and, of course, more widely in the community. Last night, I went again to join the team at Flemington Towers at Racecourse Road. 3 of the cases that we've identified in these results are positive cases that reside at the 2 towers, at 130 Racecourse Road and at 126 Racecourse Road. Those positive cases and their families moved out last night. And my thanks to those families for agreeing to move into hotel quarantine. It is, of course, a very anxious and distressing time for those families. It's very distressing to have, in this case, children identified as positive cases, but they are now in safe and best possible place that they can be. Also really good to see the team at Flemington last night from Co Health and our local community leaders who are working so hard to bring those connections together to make sure we've got good relationships, good information going around the precinct. We had a very busy day, a busy few days there over the last 2 days to test everybody within the main tower, 130 Racecourse Road. I'm pleased to confirm that around 2/3 of those test results have already come back as negative test results, and we'll be continuing testing today at 126 Racecourse Road. Can I just stress there are no positive cases or no known positive cases at this point anywhere in the Flemington estate. The estate continues to be safe, and we have asked all residents of 126 Racecourse Road, they are all Tier 2, so they all need to get tested today or tomorrow over the coming days and isolate until a negative test result. We have already tested 130 Racecourse Road. We will do some more additional testing there during the course of today. We've also worked exceptionally closely, and again, my thanks to the school leaderships of the schools involved in this outbreak, in particular the school communities at Ilim College, at the Islamic College of Melbourne, the Mount Alexander College, and our friends at Al Taqwa. We've really seen the most phenomenal engagement through those school communities over the last few days. Kate will go through some really outstanding test results for those schools. And again, we continue that dialogue over the coming days. That is why I think this community response is going better than we've ever seen before, and it attributes also to the good work being done at Showgrounds by a whole range of agencies and partners. Finally, 767 home visits yesterday. Only 4 required any kind of follow-up. And again, my thanks to all those 767 people and everybody else who's doing the hard yards of isolation, whether you're a primary close contact, over 12,000 of them, whether you're a red zone returnee or somebody coming back on an exemption, making sure you comply with those directions is very important to keep all of us safe. We continue, of course, to meet flights at the airport. 18 flights came in yesterday from red zones, extreme zones and orange zones. All were met. 94% of passengers had the right paperwork when they landed. They all had the right paperwork when they left the airport and went to their appropriate way. With that, I'll get Kate to do the headlines of today.